Hi Aries, this is Tara and welcome to your October 2015 Psychic Tarot forecast. And I want to thank you for subscribing, for sharing, for passing along my video, liking it. You know, I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart, you guys watching the video. So this month too, I'm using John Holland Psychic Tarot deck, and I have put together a video. This is a complimentary video of, you remember last month I talked about, are you clairvoyant or are you clairsentient? I talked about several of them, but in this particular video that I've done since then, about those two types of intuitive hits and how you might receive those. This is a 9 to 10 minute video. There's a couple exercises and tips for you to take a look at. So you can go on my website, go on the home page to the right. There's a place to put your name and your first name and email address, and then I will send you that video. All right, so again, I'm going to pull a 4-card spread for you for this month, and this is for Aries for the month of October. And so how I do this is I sort of feel and also intuitively just see what wants to come out. Actually, those do. And the cards have been real different this month. And some signs have been very active, and then others that almost wanted to be more particular. And with you guys, they are doing that today. So, but we just had the 4th one turn over. So there you go. All right, let's take a look at what you all got for this month, Aries, for the month of October. Okay, so this is kind of cool. Your first card is a Major Arcana card, and this is a sacrifice. And in traditional tarot, this is the same as the Hanged Man. And so the Hanged Man is all about letting things go. Sacrifice, all about letting things go, because there is more to come that's better and different for you. And if you take a look at this card in particular, you can, look at the clouds, see how she has her arms, her hands facing or pointing to the rainbow. So while you might be giving up some things, there are better things to come. And you're starting off your month like this. So this is a feeling of, okay, let everything that drop that doesn't serve you, because you're going to be going, it feels like, into blue skies, sunshine, that sort of thing. There's some, well, obviously blue skies, right? There are some good things to come. And the Major Arcana cards tell us about themes that are playing out in our life. So it's encouraging you to move on to some situations that maybe you felt like were in your favor, and then maybe they weren't, and now they are, they're iffy. So it's kind of like to stand your ground, move out of them. And this could be a love relationship that possibly hasn't been working for you, or there hasn't been enough expression of how you feel. And that goes both ways, really, doesn't it? As well as the other person. It could also, because I'm seeing the word work, W-O-R-K, and it could be your work, but I'm feeling like some people, when you're at work, so maybe you're giving up a position, or you're moving into a new position, or you're giving up a client, but you're gaining different clients, and maybe you don't even realize that this is going on, because it feels like that there are changes, but you're better for it. Okay, so I intuitively look at these cards, as you know, as well as reading them straight on. So really, where my eyes go right off the bat, again, are the clouds. And so it feels grounded, but it feels lofty too. So there's some lofty ideas and projects and things to come up out of you all giving up what's not serving you. And lofty, and I'm not feeling like, oh, it's daydreaming out there. I'm feeling some lofty, abundant. Okay, so that's a good feeling. All right. Okay, so the next card, wow, this is interesting to come up right after the second one. It's actually very good. It's a spirit card. It's the number 1. It's Passion Ignited. Okay, So that's pretty awesome. Well, spirit cards have to do with our spiritual force, our spiritual foundation, our aspirations, our inspiration, and of course this is passion ignited. And as you can see on her face, she's very in a happy place about her spiritual passion, about where she is. So it feels like to me, you Aries, some of you, and of course this is a general reading, if you want a more specific reading towards you, your own psychic reading, then you can get on my website and or call or email and or text me. But it feels like some of you are, because you're making those moves, because you're making some changes and you're sacrificing some things, it's kind of like a whole brand new cup of tea for you. And I'm actually seeing like a very nice tea set displayed out. So there is some abundance. There's some feeling of actual, and again, I was thinking of royalty, and royalty, when you think of that, the color purple, and so that's leading me again to spiritual passion. There's some things that a couple of you, and I'm hearing the words 1 and 2. So for maybe the last year and the year before, or the last month, the last couple months, you've really wanted to change some things, and now you're ready to do that, and you're starting to get excited about it. You're starting to see some new opportunities that can open up for you. And when I'm looking at this card, my eyes go straight towards the power chakra. I call it the power chakra. It's the third chakra, and as you know, the chakras have to do with, when they're balanced, our chi flows, and this one has to do owning your power and feeling that I am presence. And it feels like with a lot of you, I'm seeing again this boat with this sail. So if any of you are traveling, it feels like, because I'm seeing like the world, a globe. So this is something that you're excited about. Again, it's a general reading, but some of you are very excited about some new propositions and opportunities that are opening up for you. It feels like there's another P word, but I'll come up with that in a minute. Prospects that are coming up for you. Okay. All right, good. Okay, so now you have, for your third card, you have another major arcana card. And this is Solitude. And in traditional tarot, this is the same as the Hermit card. And okay, so this is the feeling of, wow, you're starting off the month with letting some things go, your passion's getting ignited. So this feels to me, for you all, like take some downtime, allow yourself to do that. Go out in the, if you're in an area that's near the woods, and I'm hearing the word forest or trees or something like that, and allow yourself to really meditate and regenerate with nature. It feels like some time out would be good for you, because it feels again like you're in the planning stages of some new opportunities. And as I take a look at this, what I'm seeing in this particular card, this is interesting, is at the top of the castle, all the way down through the middle of her, down through the book in the binding, if you can see what I'm saying here, it feels like there's a straight line. So for me, for you, that still feels like be out into nature, enjoy the sunshine, stay sturdy. Some of you I have a feeling that some of you have been in relationships and or partnerships that you've have been wobbly, or it feels like they've been wobbly, and maybe there's been a disbursement of people in your life or of that partnership or relationship that needed to be over with. And this is again, for some of you, it's a general reading. And then when I look at this again, I see the star right over here. So there's light surrounding these changes that's going on in your life. There is spiritual awareness that's coming out of this. So it's not just for how do I handle this on a thinking level. This is really about how do I handle this as in a 3D level and also as a spirit. Let's see. And it feels like too that she's very content in letting things subside for a while. So any of you that have had things going on, it feels like it's almost going too fast. It feels like to slow down maybe the 3rd week of October. Let things that have been on a roll keep going. You don't always have to be right there. You don't always have to be in the middle of everything and think that if you're not there that things won't keep going. Sometimes it's good to take a step back, allow it to move on, and then you can come back in and see what happens, see what you can create at that point. Okay, so your last card of this 4-card spread, Aries, and this is another major arcana card. So you guys have gotten 3, and this is the last one out of this 4-card spread, and this is the Temptation card. In traditional tarot, this is the Devil card. Okay, so this is interesting that it's coming up at the last part of your spread. Now, it could also have to do with, you know, we said take some solitude, take some downtime. That feels like in a more natural way. If there are any of you that you feel like there have been some addictive, that you're addictive personality, or there's been some addiction problems, and or you're involved with someone, and or a child, or more than just a small child, but a teenager, or in their, you know, older than that has a problem, it does feel like this comes up. So this again is a general reading, but for some of you, and the temptation is, you know, to sort of steer clear of that, to feel clear of that. So let me take a look at this intuitively. And what I'm seeing here is he has his hand over the solar chakra, that power chakra. And you know, I was talking about that a minute ago, feeling your presence, feeling your I am presence. So it also has the feeling of it, when you overdo things too much, it can upset the stomach. So for any of you that have had any issues in the digestive area, the stomach area, the gallbladder area, I don't know where that is exactly, but the liver, any of that sort of thing can be affected by too good of something. 1 glass of wine works, but many glasses of wine can be harmful to your body. So it feels like, you know, you have 3 major arcana cards in this particular reading, Aries. So my feeling is that the universe is sort of holding your hand this month. And I would love to hear from any of you. Let me know what it is that's going on, the themes that are playing out in your life, because I'm getting to let some things go for the better. You're getting better. Also, you know, when I work with clients and I say, you know, stay in a positive place, because if you stay in a positive arena and not go into the negative, or at least think positively, then things turn out to be that way. So I mentor a lot of women especially, and I just feel like opportunities arise when we do that. Then you got the solitude, so take some downtime this month. Take some time where you can walk out into the nature and you can smell the roses and play with kids, play with animals, play games, do something that's natural that feels good for you. Play in the snow, you know, play in the aspen area. Okay, and then your last card is the temptation or the devil. So again, this is coming up at a time when it feels like, kind of watch it, just watch it. And I'm seeing people going out to dinner at a nice restaurant, and this could be overeating as well. And you know, this is really coming at a time when, you know, Christmas is coming and we don't want to overeat anyway. But this is kind of telling me that, you know, as you're going into November, hold back on the food, the alcohol, and all. Okay, Aries, that was an interesting reading. I really appreciate your time. And like I said, I encourage you to subscribe. The button is down below. And if you'd like your own personal psychic reading, you can go on my website, which is www.themagicalmatrix.com, and you can text or call me if you have any questions about a reading, how that looks, and also you can email me at themagicalmatrix@gmail.com. And I hope you have a passionate, a lovely, a calm, and serene month of October. Enjoy yourselves, and I will talk to you in November.